Adams trade to the Seahawks, which did happen today. And obviously Jamal Adams, who was an all-pro safety for the New York Jets, got dealt to the Seattle Seahawks. So the Jets they gave up Jamal Adams and a 2022 fourth-round draft pick to the Seattle Seahawks for Ryan McDougald, a first-round pick in 2021, a third-round pick in 2021, and a first-round pick in 2022. So this is obviously big for Seattle Seahawks because they're getting a really good safety, top five safety in the NFL, that can hopefully replace the hole we do have a strong safety, and hopefully can replace Cam Chancellor, who we did have a couple years ago. And overall, I think this is a really good move for the Seahawks. And Jamal Adams, he's still young. He's only 24 years old. He made it clear that he didn't want to be a part of the Jets. He used social media to criticize the Jets. And in late June, he did request a trade from the Jets. And a month later, he's finally been traded to the Seattle Seahawks. As a Seahawks fan myself, I do think this is a really big deal because, they're getting a really good safety, like I mentioned earlier. And he can also fill the whole safety. He's playing alongside Quandre Diggs, who's still young. He's only 26 years old. And Quandre Diggs, after being traded from the Detroit Lions last year, the trade deadline, he had three interceptions for us, one of which was a pick six. I believe it was against the Rams. So hopefully Jamal Adams can help boost that secondary. Hopefully we don't have the 32nd ranked defense last year. Last year, according to Pro Football Focus, we did have the 32nd ranked defense. So this year I do think we can maybe be in the top 20 in defense. If not, it's like top 10. So they actually started talking about this trade several weeks ago. Like the Seahawks, they were juicing up their offer. They were adding in their first round pick 2022 to Curry 3 weeks ago, and they were also dealing by McDougald in this deal. So these talks were actually happening for quite a long time. And Adam Gase, who was the Jets head coach, he did say that he wants Jamal Adams on the team, which happened a week after the trade request. And Jamal Adams, he wants to become the highest paid safety in the league. He's currently getting 5.6 million a year on his rookie deal, and he wants to be highest paid safety. He wants to surpass the Chicago Bears' Eddie Jackson, who is currently getting 14.6 million per year. So Jamal Adams, my guess, he's going to want 15 million per year for his long-term deal if he does decide to sign a long-term deal with the team. And kind of like how the Darius Slay Lions relationship dissolved quickly after he, like, was traded to the Eagles. It's kind of like that for Jamal Adams. So Jamal Adams, his relationship with the Jets, it resolved really quickly, and he obviously, like I said earlier, requested a trade, and the Seahawks were one of his 7 teams that he did want to be traded to. The others included the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Chiefs, and the Ravens. And I thought it was going to go to a contender team like those ones that I just listed. And if the Cowboys did get Jamal Adams, I probably would have them as a contender team. Probably make it to maybe the conference championship is the best I could do with Jamal Adams because they do kind of have a hole at safety right now. But Jamal Adams is a part of the Seattle Seahawks. He is wearing a Seahawks uniform next season. I think it will look good on him. But there is kind of one thing. I'm kind of curious to see what number Tedrick Thompson was wearing next year because Tedrick Thompson is currently number 33 for the Seahawks. So is Tedrick Thompson going to change his number? Would Jamal Adams wear a different number? I don't know. But anyway, I do think this is a good trade for the Seattle Seahawks. Jamal Adams, he did tweet out that he loved the Jets fans' support and he loved the city of New York and the state of New York as a whole. And this definitely the Jets can do good to replace him because they do have Ryan McDougald and also Mateus Farley, who was a former Colts starter, and Marcus May will be playing free safety for the Jets. And obviously, the Seahawks players were hyped about this. Also, Wilson and Bobby Wagner specifically, they were both really excited for this. And McDougald, this is a kind of good thing. Seahawks traded him away because he was on the final year of a contract, and they wouldn't have to re-sign him long term, maybe in a couple years. But they're gonna have to prevent that from happening. But in 2021, when Jamal has to be an independent free agent, they are going to have to maybe sign him long term. And they don't have a long term deal in place just yet, which again makes sense. But hopefully they will be able to resolve that issue maybe a couple months, maybe in the next year or so. Now, for the Seahawks, I'm going to give them a B plus here because obviously they're getting a Pro Bowl safety in Jamal Adams and an All Pro safety, but they are going to have to give them up draft picks. They did give away by McDougald, and they only got a fourth round pick in 2022 for that, which also they did trade away quite a lot to get him, so they need to get at least one draft pick in return. Then for the Jets, I'm going to say they get a B minus grade. Reason being because they obviously shed off some cap room with Jamal Adams, and they wanted to send to a long-term deal. Because, like I said earlier, he's going to want on this $15 million per year, so he can surpass Eddie Jackson as the highest-paid safety in the NFL. And so they're shutting off that long-term cap room as well as the cap room that he's currently taking up. Because $5.6 million is quite a lot of cap room that you're taking up, and yeah, they're just shutting off some cap room. They're getting big draft picks. They're bringing in Brian McDougald. They pretty well for Ducks last year, and I think you can do the same for the Jets in the upcoming year if the NFL does happen next year. And I do think that Jamal Adams can make a pretty big impact, but it won't be immediate. It's going to take some time, and I'm just really looking forward to this as a Seahawks fan. And I did not see this coming. It just basically came out of nowhere. But hey, they're the Seahawks, and I'm excited to see what we can do for this team. And overall, I say this is a good move for both teams. So hope you all enjoyed this video. Stay safe.